You hear that, Meech? You hear that?
Trying to see what I hear. I don't know.
That's some coins, my boy, and I'm using it for the Bucks store because they got some things for sale because them boys is selling right now. What's up, junkies? It's your boy JT here. I got my boy Meech here. Welcome back to the Sports Junkies Podcast. Hope you're having a good week. We got some good news for you. Mr. LaMelo Ball has won the Player Rookie of the Year award, and my boy Jokic secured the MVP bag. All right, Meech said they was gonna do it. How you feeling about that, Meech? How you feeling?
I mean, I said this was gonna happen. I've known this for a long time, and I was getting clowned, but you know, it's hey, look, I ain't no need to rub this in anyone's face because there's some other stuff I'd rather rub in some people's faces because this has been an interesting week since we've last recorded. A lot has happened. I've made a lot of statements that have turned true. And I mean, some things are questionable. I mean, some cursed things are happening. And man, you smell that? You smell that? That Bucks pack? That Utah Jazz pack? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's loud.
Hey, what's your damsel in distress noise? Mine's just
Oh,
that's
man.
a dead buck. That's a dead buck.
Whatever sound.
Guess what? The Bucks just got hit by a truck, man. And I hate to say it, but these Bucks are looking like a dead deer on a road in Texas on a sunny day, and they're burning. Because I'll tell you what, last night I called Meech and I said, Meech, let's record, man. I said, I don't even have to watch this Brooklyn Nets game because honestly, hurt Kyrie, hurt James Harden. James Harden's had like 0 points and 3 rebounds at halftime. It was no point of watching more. And then he was like, I can't record. But I'm glad that he did it. Because when I look back and I forgot one player was not injured and his name was the sniper, Kevin Durant, it shut me up on crazy. Now, I did not doubt Kevin Durant. I didn't doubt Kevin Durant. What I did was I gave the Bucks a chance in my mind to win a game with 2 star players hurt. Let me say it again. I gave them a chance to win with 2 star players hurt with the best scoring 3.
Blew a 20-point. You still going?
No, please finish that sentence.
The Bucks blew a 20-point lead to Kevin Durant and a James Harden with no legs. James Harden had 5 points. James Harden had 5 points.
Nah. Say them field goal percentage. Say that field goal percentage.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that field goal percentage because when I saw it in the fourth quarter, it was like he was like 0 for 7. I don't even want to talk about that because let me tell you exactly what happened. Steve Nash was like, "Look, James, you got to play because we need to mess up. We need to crumble. We need to crumble the Bucks game plan." And it didn't work. And if you tell me it did, you're cap. You didn't watch the game. It didn't work because they were up big at the half. They were up 20 points. They were dominating on all cylinders. They were playing defense. And then
it didn't work.
And then the end of the third quarter came. Kevin Durant didn't sit for a single second this entire game. He was never on the bench.
Nope.
Was it 49 minutes? 48 minutes? Come on, dude. Come on, man. 49 points, 16 for 23. Man.
Nope.
Man.
16 for what?
16 for 23. And this is the guy who needs pieces to win. Look, we were talking about how Luka can't carry a team on his own, right? But if you needed a guy on a team full of guys who can't lead, if you're looking at a guy who's by himself and you got to pick between Luka, you got to pick between KD. I'm taking KD every day. KD is possibly the best prototype scorer the NBA will ever see as of right now. I don't see anyone coming into the league that looks like they can do the things that Kevin Durant can do, because watching this game, it's just insane to see that a guy that's almost 7 foot tall can move as quick as he does, who can step back as quick as he does, who can shoot from the mid-range, who can shoot 3-pointers, who can get in there and throw it down, who has some athleticism. It's insane. It's insane. And people said Kevin Durant needs this to succeed. Kevin Durant needs this to succeed. All that Kevin Durant slander is done now. It's done now. When we look back on this team, if they win the championship, this will go down as a top 10 playoff performance of all time. Of all time. We've seen Jordan put up numbers like this in crazy situations in a game 5 with the series tied 2-2. But we didn't see him do that while Scottie was out. You know, we didn't see him do that while Scottie and Pippen were out, or Pippen was playing injured.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me. I'm not trying to say, hey, listen.
No. I'm not hating on you. That's big.
Or should we say food poisoning? I'm not dissing Jordan in any way, shape, or form. But you got to think in that game, like the flu game, for instance, Scottie and Dennis were still fully healthy. They were healthy. And he was sick and put up those numbers. So I'm not trying to diss Michael Jordan. It did probably come off like a diss, but Kevin Durant, man, this will go down as a top playoff performance of all time.
So let's go to this Denver Phoenix game. We're just gonna wrap right there. Let's go to this Denver Phoenix 0-for-4 for the MVP. Wow. 0-for-4? Denver? Is that how we're feeling today? Huh? What? I don't really want to see. Here's the only thing about this, right? Here's the only thing, and I'm going to make this plain and simple. I don't think that this really needs to be a debate. I mean, I'm not surprised. A hurt Jamal Murray and a MVP Jokic, who is not going to be able to do it at all, even being a big man. You're just not going to be able to beat a team that just got done beating the king and the best player in the NBA today. It's not going to happen. You're not going to do that because they got more speed than you. The Nuggets aren't good without Jamal Murray and Jokic. You take them both out of the picture, the Nuggets go back to being the Nuggets with Carmelo Anthony. All right? There's no way that this Nuggets team can orchestrate without both of them playing together. This was not a surprise. 0-for-4? Okay. I'm sorry for the Nuggets fan that take this a little disrespectful, but it's not a surprise when you have one star doing everything by himself. Like you said with Doncic, he's not going to be able to do it. Jokic, a big man, is specifically not going to be able to carry a team that doesn't even have defense. The Nuggets do not have a defensive team. Jokic does not have defense. Jokic's best defensive stat is defensive boards, as it should be, being a big man. I'm not disrespecting. But 0-for-4 is not that shocking to me.
Well, I mean, the thing with this series is you could clearly tell that, I mean, the fact that the Lakers are no longer in, I think, honestly, the Lakers are probably the second best team in the league. I mean, if we're being real, fully healthy, this Lakers team is dangerous. AD goes down and the Suns take advantage, and you can clearly see the skill gap when they face the Nuggets, because who did the Nuggets beat in the first round? The Trailblazers, right? Dominant walk through them. And the thing that it just shows me how easily the Suns were able to just maneuver past this team. And remember in the beginning of that series, Chris Paul was injured a bit. Remember we were talking about I didn't think his injury was that serious because I'm like, he's still good enough to defeat the Lakers, so I think he'll be good. And he ended up being good, dropping some 30-point games. And I like you said, with Denver, Jamal Murray's playing on this Denver Nuggets team. I still don't think they would have got past the Suns because the Suns made it look a little too easy. Even for them not having Murray, and even for me realizing that they didn't have Murray, the Suns made it look way too easy. And I'm not saying, I told you this earlier in the season. I said I feel like the Denver Nuggets could be the Lakers killers, and they're almost there, but they just need Michael Porter to be more consistent. They need to get Bol active. I'm pretty sure he'll end up being on another team by the start of next season. They've already been shopping him. They need to get another player in there, another guy who can consistently put up, maybe at least be a role player. Maybe they just need a 3-point role player. And it's crazy because, Murray can drive.
No, they need defense.
Murray's got great athleticism. I mean, some teams are going to be built on pure offense. Some teams are going to be built on pure defense. I mean, look at the Nets. They're built on offense. They're not built on defense.
Yeah, but I'm like, you also have the 3 best scoring players in the NBA. 3 of the best scoring players in the NBA on one team.
But
just like the Warriors.
This Nuggets team, you get a 3-point shooter who can consistently put up at least 15 points. You get Michael Porter Jr., who's going to put up consistently 15 points. You get Jamal Murray, who's going to consistently put up 20 plus. And you get Jokic, who's going to put up a 30-point triple-double. That's not dangerous? That's not dangerous to you? I mean, you
just said the team right now.
To get some defense,
you just said the team right now. With the team right now, they wouldn't have beat the Suns.
I mean, yeah, you're correct.
They don't have enough.
I'm saying we add Murray and we add a 3-point piece. If they add defense to
they
this
add
Nuggets
a 3-point
team,
piece or they add defense. I think we're agreeing on the same thing. They either add either or, but they need something.
Their starting rotation still won't change though.
Nah, you need defense. They need to add defense because their defense is terrible. Because it still wasn't enough when their team was, you know what I mean? It still wasn't enough. Michael Porter Jr. was supposed to be that extra piece. Bobo was supposed to be that extra piece. Aaron Gordon was supposed to be that extra piece. We done added enough extra pieces. Y'all need some defense. Some defense. You better pick up Draymond Green with the Warriors. Let him go.
Oh my God, that's not happening. But they better find some power forward with great defense. They better find a shooting guard because you already got your point guard. Michael Porter's going to start at small forward, and Jokic is going to start at center. That's confirmed. We know that. They're not going to bring in another player that's going to start over any of those players. So if you're going to get defense, their best bet is finding a power forward who can play great defense. But they still need to be able to score.
I guess we got to get rid of Aaron.
We're not going to forget about Aaron Gordon. I'm not sure how great of a defender he is, but I know he can play offense.
That's what I'm saying. It's an all-scoring team, so it's still not enough.
And I forgot about that. And here's the thing that's killing me. Don't forget now. Remember after the trade deadline, Denver was the hottest team. After they pulled in Aaron Gordon, they were like 8 and they went on like an 9-game winning streak.
Yeah, that's when Jamal was having those crazy games.
Yeah, and then Jamal went down. And then they lost all that chemistry. And they got in the playoffs. They managed to win a series. Jokic got them through that. But the Suns made it look a little too easy. And I think the Suns really found a way to pick them apart. We got to start looking at the Suns coaching because they know what they're doing. Coaching wise, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. And it just doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to slow them down. Sadly, Chris Paul could miss some probably game 1 and game 2 of the next series.
I'm going to say this. We got to look at the coaching, but honestly, we have to look at Chris Paul. That's the person we have to look at because he makes a big difference no matter what team he goes on. When OKC went to the playoffs last year with that sorry old team, that was all Chris Paul. When the Rockets went with that sorry old percentage of 3-pointers, that was all Chris Paul. Slow. For those that's wondering why it's quiet is because Meech is an OKC fan.
Sadly. Hey, actually not sadly. We finna have 2 top 5 picks. Don't forget, we got that Houston pick. Don't forget.
Anyways, we'll talk about OKC next year because they haven't been in the talks for the past 5 years. But anyways, back to Chris Paul. If Chris Paul is out of these playoffs because of COVID-19, and the Suns lose this playoffs, I am going to the conspiracy theory that the NBA is rigged.
I mean, he only has to do miss 10 days. That's the quarantine thing. So sadly, that's probably at least game 1, game 2. And that's if the Clippers can take it to 7.
That's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games. If the Clippers can take it to 7.
That's a lot of games. You're messing up somebody's momentum. You're messing up the physicality of playing every other day in a game. It's all repetition.
They're on vacation right now. Luckily, they 1-4, so they've been getting a break.
Them boys ain't on vacation.
What you mean? Come on, man. They're chilling right now. They watching everybody.
Stop it, man. Them boys is not chilling.
They got them.
Come on, bro. They get paid to do this, bro. Them boys is bucking up, my giant. They're bucking up. And let me tell you this, man. Let me tell you this. If Chris Paul does not win this year because of this series, I'm telling you,
if he does
the
not
NBA
win.
is rigged.
Chris Paul does not win. I mean, I was saying
because
something
of this
like that
series. I said because of this series. I said because of this series.
Okay.
Then the NBA is rigged. I'm under effect. I'm just letting everybody know. If he doesn't win this year and it's because he loses to the Clippers or Utah Jazz but beats the Lakers because he was out 2 games. How would that make it rigged though? I can't even talk about it. This is a sports podcast. Never mind.
Who's rigging that? Huh? Who's rigging
the NBA?
Oh my god. Why would the NBA want the Suns to get eliminated? What is it?
Hey, all I'm saying is Chris Paul was going to join Kobe, and they stopped that.
God. Oh my god.
Was he not?
I mean, yeah, you're 100% right, but
I know I am.
Feel like I hear about that, every week.
Okay, all I'm saying is Chris Paul should have a championship already.
Chris
at this point.
Yeah.
What?
No, keep going.
What?
No, keep going.
No. Go ahead.
Finish your point.
I want you to. No.
Finish your point.
I got my point across. My point is just repetitive at this point. Go ahead and say what you got to say.
I mean, look, Chris Paul's great. I do want him to win a ring. I'd love to see him win a ring, but as long as the Nets are still alive, we got to stop pretending like this isn't the best team. I think the Suns or the Clippers would give them a better shot, but speaking of the Clippers, you know what I'm saying? Last time we recorded, I think they were down 0-2, and I told you,
the Clippers we're have a Kawhi hurt.
We're forgetting. Hold on now.
Kawhi's hurt.
We're not talking about Kawhi being hurt. We're forgetting how dangerous. You listen. We got a lot of characters here on the podcast that we've talked about over the years, and I'm about to add one. Okay,
Kawhi's hurt.
We got 2-point Rondo. Okay, what's some other characters?
Pandemic P.
Yeah, Pandemic P. I'm gonna
Sniper Durant.
Yeah, Sniper Durant. Let me add someone. Okay, we're gonna add O2 Kawhi, the most dangerous man in the world, the most interesting man in the world, and let's not call him Pandemic P because he's put up back-to-back 30-point games, back-to-back blowouts over the Jazz. You don't know why? Because they have figured them boys out. They have figured out
because they're playing the Utah Jazz.
What? Come on, man. You were just dissing.
Nah, I'm not doing it,
man. The Clippers
are
not good enough to get past the Mavericks. Oh, you hate to see them win.
The Clippers
You're a hater. You're a hater.
That's a good team.
They're beating the number 1 seed. They're beating the number 1
has the Clippers
seed.
beat?
They beat them by 30 points. They're beating the number 1 seed. They're dominating the number 1 seed.
Okay, but
and you're talking about who they beat. Seed. Man, come on, man. Get this out of here.
Man, you're over here saying the number 1 seed like we haven't talked about Utah Jazz at all. We don't talk about Utah Jazz.
Yeah, but then we have stated that they are the real deal. We have stated they are the real deal.
Why do we not talk about the Utah Jazz?
My point is you're discrediting Utah. They're still the number 1 seed, my guy. They had the best record.
Why do we not talk about the Utah Jazz?
NBA.
What have we said? Go back and look at every video that we have done.
Who were they beating?
About the Utah Jazz.
You weren't saying that when they were down 0-2.
I don't think the Utah Jazz are going to go far.
You weren't saying that when they were down 0-2. You were clowning the Clippers when they were down 0-2, but not at the series 2-2. You trying to make up excuses. Trying to make up excuses. Look how we do it.
Go back. I'm not. There's no excuses.
You backtrack.
There's no excuses.
There's excuses.
What have we said?
Excuses. Give Kawhi his props.
What have we said?
Give Pandemic P his props.
Come on,
31 points. Beat them Jazz by 30 points.
Man.
Series tie. And you're so lucky. You're so lucky Kawhi's injured. You're so lucky Kawhi's injured. You're so
I'm not lucky.
Kawhi's
They're playing
injured
the Utah
because it was about
Jazz.
to be the Clippers in 6. It was about to be the Clippers in 6. And as a matter of fact,
let me tell y'all
I still
something.
think the Clippers have a chance. I still think the Clippers have a chance.
I doubt the Clippers are a good team. But they, to me, have not yet beat a good team. They struggled with the Mavs that had to play one player, okay? When this man gets somebody that does...
You're saying one player like it's not Luka down. You know what I'm saying? You know what that one player is? It's like John Wick.
But who said it themselves that Luka wasn't going to be able to carry them boys out?
That's like the John Wick of the NBA.
Who said it themselves that Luka wasn't going to be able to carry them boys out?
Who? I said that.
Exactly. So it was expected that they won.
Whose fault is it that they had to play the Mavericks? I mean, it's just who they had to face. They're gonna play who they have to play.
What kind of question is that?
Why are you clowning them? Why are you just praising the Suns when they just beat the Lakers without AD? Who have the Suns played?
I didn't say that.
Who have the Suns played?
I never said that.
Who have the Suns played?
I've never. No. Because I didn't clown them for that. I didn't clown the Sun. I didn't clown the Lakers for that.
I didn't say you.
And I'm not clowning the Clippers.
I didn't say you clowned the Lakers. I'm just saying you're praising the Suns. You're praising the Suns as a good team. But I mean, what have they done?
Hold on. Because again, if you go back and look at every other video, I've said, look, the Suns aren't gonna make it. And then what? Then AD got hurt, and I said, this is the chance. This is the chance. Okay. Utah Jazz is not a playoff team. I've been saying that since day one. I don't find anything funny right now.
You said though.
I don't find anything funny.
You said what?
Utah Jazz is not a playoff team.
That is the most dumbest statement I've ever heard in my life. Come on, man. Best record in the NBA. They've clearly taken a step forward this season. They've clearly taken.
Sorry,
a step.
guys. Apparently,
I'm not saying that that makes them.
We switch up the opinion.
That makes them.
Okay.
No. I'm not changing up the opinion. My problem is that you're saying who have the Clippers played, but they're dominating against the number 1 seed in basketball.
It's not impressive to me, man. It's not impressive.
Why?
I get you're calling them the number 1 seed, but I never thought Utah Jazz was going to go like that. I mean, I thought the Utah Jazz would beat the Clippers, but at the end of the day, I don't think that Utah Jazz is really good of a team. I think the Clippers are just that bad. Am I wrong that the Clippers are just that bad? Yes. But are the Utah Jazz just that good? No. Not at all. Not at all. God. The Utah Jazz is not an A-market team.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care if they're the number 1 seed.
Matter.
I've been saying since the beginning of the season, since they got number 1 seed, that the Jazz is a seasoned team. It's not a post-playoff team. Have I not been saying that? No. I want you to answer the question. Have I not been saying that?
I've never heard you say that. My problem is
I've never been saying that they're not a second half team, that they're not a playoff team. I've never said that.
How would you say they're not a playoff team? They just got good at basketball.
I said they won't do good. They're not a playoff team. Did you not say that?
How are they not a playoff team?
Did you not say that either?
How are they not a playoff team?
You didn't say that either?
Answer the question. How are they not a playoff team?
Apparently, this guy has been smoking so much Pac.
No, you're smoking Pac. Give the Clippers
he's been
props.
smoking. You're smoking
saying they're
so
not
much
a good
Pac.
team. You're saying they're not a good team. They're a good team.
I said they're only a seasoned team where they have a good season, just like I say about the Clippers. They're not a good playoff team. When I say that, this is what I mean.
How are they not a good playoff team?
You have a great season. You have a great season. And then when it comes to the playoffs, it doesn't matter because you're going to lose.
Bro,
that's not a good playoff
the
team.
First year the Utah Jazz have been this good. So how can you say
I said I didn't think they were going to do good in the playoffs. I've been saying that since the beginning of the year. Have I not been saying that since the beginning of the year?
Oh, my God.
Have I? I need a yes or no.
My point is you're trying to say they're not a good team.
I need a yes or a no.
My point is you're trying to say
yes or a no.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
I need a yes or a no.
You said they're not a good team. You said they're not a playoff team.
But I need
they're not the number
yes
1
or
seed.
No.
They definitely look like a playoff team when they 4-1 Memphis. They look like I bet you they look like a playoff team to you when they were up 2-0 over them Clippers. But now that they've lost 2 straight, they're not good. Come on, man. Come on, man. That makes no sense.
4-1 Memphis was not impressive to me.
Oh, my God.
And even when they're up 2-0 over Clippers, I wasn't praising them like that. Come on now.
Oh, my God.
Come on now.
Oh, my goodness.
Only time I said that Utah Jazz was going to win because I thought the Clippers were that bad. But I'm not praising them like that.
No, I'm just smoking that
Come
pack.
on now.
I'm just smoking that pack because you said the Clippers.
But let me tell you this, man. At the end of the day, the Clippers are not good, man. At the end of the day,
sure.
Kawhi, like you said, 0-2. What'd you say?
Huh?
What'd you call him?
0-2 Kawhi?
0-2 Kawhi. That's a good name because that's about all that the Clippers have.
No, I mean, it's funny that he's been dropping these dominant performances. And, just last podcast, you said he needs a top tier point guard. Even though you praise 2-point Rondo week in and week out, they've got a top 10 point guard of all time in Rajon Rondo. Oh, but they're not using him the right. Come on, man. Kawhi does not need a point guard. Kawhi needs himself. Come on, you saw it. Look how he dominated. Watch the tape. He needs a point guard.
Are you done? Are you done?
All right, man.
I did not say that Kawhi himself needs a point guard. I see that the Clippers need a point guard because Kawhi is. I'm sorry?
You said Kawhi needs a point guard. You said Kawhi needs
Can I get my vocal?
Go ahead.
Can I get my vocal?
Go ahead.
The Clippers themselves, all right, whether I said Kawhi or not, this is what I meant. The Clippers themselves need a vocal leader. Kawhi is not the vocal leader. He is quiet. He is dropping those 30 points by himself. The Clippers do not have a championship team because they have just Kawhi and a pandemic P that shows up when he wants to and shows up when he doesn't.
Well, the Clippers don't have a championship team because you have teams like the Nets and teams like the Lakers who are pretty much way more dominant than everyone else.
Well, here's the thing. Kawhi isn't the one that needs a leader. The Clippers need a leader. There we go. Is that a better way to say it?
All right. Well, what else we had on the schedule, man? I don't know.
Wow, we get into a good debate, and then you would just want to change the subject.
I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, you obviously clearly have made up your mind about what you're saying about the Clippers. I don't agree. It just doesn't seem like
it's a debate. It doesn't
seem like I can keep wasting my time.
When there's conflict, we don't just. It's a waste of your time.
I mean, what am I going to push? You said Utah's not a good team. You said the Clippers were never good at basketball, but they definitely been looking good at basketball. And then you say it's not impressive because it's Utah. But I bet you weren't saying anything when they were down 0-2, and now that they've tied the series, it's no longer impressive.
I mean, I wasn't saying anything about both of the teams at all. Actually, I didn't say anything about the series. I said things that the Clippers needed to win the playoffs.
The Clippers do play Utah tonight, and luckily for Jordan, Kawhi's not playing. Because the Clippers would have.
It's not lucky for Jordan.
The Clippers would have won this series in six with Kawhi playing, and then they would have beat the Phoenix Suns. Face the Nets. They were going to lose to the Nets because it's the Nets.
Either way,
I said this since this has been my bracket since day one.
I didn't think they was beating the Phoenix Suns. I don't think Utah Jazz or Clippers could pay off that.
Well, Phoenix could probably. I'm sure Phoenix would beat Utah, but I mean, if Utah beats Phoenix, does that make them a playoff team? They make it to the finals. Do they need to make it to the finals?
It would completely prove me wrong. I don't think that they can beat Phoenix.
So Phoenix is Phoenix a playoff team? Is Phoenix a postseason team?
Yeah.
Oh my!
You saw that.
Oh my God.
We knew that from the beginning.
We knew that from the beginning.
Yeah, we've been saying that for a while. I said that last year when they acquired Chris Paul. I said that Phoenix Suns team is going to be dangerous because Chris Paul is on there. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Sports Junkies Podcast. Make sure you stay in tune for the next video. All right, make sure you like, subscribe, and review. All right, see you later.